happy Sunday, guys. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Savannah. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you guys are here as well. So when you are watching this video, I will be on my way back, well, depending on when you watch this, but I will be on my way back from St. Louis. I've been spending the weekend in St. Louis for one of my best friend's bachelorettes. I'm filming for Everyday May right now. There might have been a couple of static videos previous to this one in the first couple of days. There's actually, to make a long story short, there is a screw loose on the camera that I use. I have the Canon G7X, and the back of it where it flips up, there's only one screw holding the screen up right now. So I've ordered the new parts, I've ordered everything I need to kind of fix it, but I'm trying to not like take it out and about vlogging with me until I get that fixed so I don't break it even worse. So I've been wanting to take you guys with me for the last couple of days. I've been out doing stuff and I just don't want to like make my camera worse. So I have been going back and forth for the last few months. I've really been sharing like my monthly favorites more so on my blog because I've only been uploading once a week and I didn't want it to be like, well, every month one of those videos was a favorite. It's like, you know, that knocks it out. I just felt like that was taking up too much of the space on my channel while I had more limited videos every month. So today, because I am doing Everyday May, I thought we'd switch it up and come back to favorites on this channel. So me and my little hat here have a pile of stuff. I'm gonna walk through everything that is on my list. I have the list on my phone, all the stuff that's in front of me that I can like physically pick up and show you, and then I'll tell you about some of the TV shows and anything else that I've been loving lately because I've been watching a few things. So let's get started. First thing that is on the list, I have two different pairs of shoes that I've been loving and they're completely opposite. The first pair is this pair of wedges from Treasure and Bond. They could use with a little bit of a wipe down. There's some espadrilles. I got these from Nordstrom. I will put a link for everything down below. I have been wearing these guys a ton. The leather is really soft, they wear really well, they go with pretty much everything because they're such a good neutral color. So I've been wearing these guys constantly. And if anybody's keeping track of the dog barks, that was the first one. I think I should do like a tally for Everyday May in the bottom and like just up it and see how many of these we have by the end of the month. I feel like it might be in the hundreds. So I'm gonna keep going, I think. Let's see. Okay, so the next pair of shoes that I have, I actually got from Mom's stash. I needed a new pair of running shoes and my mom has a habit of buying stuff and then not using it, and she wasn't using these. So I got these from her closet, you know, shop what you got. And these are a pair of Asics. Now I had a pair that was similar, not similar to these at all, a couple of years ago because this bit glows in the dark. And so mine, I've been going through my closet a little bit because I've been redoing my bedroom, which I'm going to do a tour for you guys and all of that once I finish it. Part of my favorites is in here right now, but I still have a few bits to get and we still have to lay down some of the new temporary floor and all that. But I bought a pair that was like more of a not so bold. They're bold but not as bold. A couple of years back when I got those, Mom snagged these. So I wanted another pair of shoes for running to rotate between my Brooks because I find that I can go more days in a row or I don't get like shin splints as quickly if I alternate my shoes. So these came from the closet of Mom and yeah, I've been really enjoying them. It's been a while since I've run an Asics. I really like my Brooks, but these are a good alternative and they are the Noosa ones. But yeah, if you kind of get at an angle, this bit glows in the dark. Favorite, you can't see it right now. I will insert a picture because I've taken one, I know, of my new rug. So I got an area rug for my bedroom. It's not fully laid out yet because there's still little tweaks, but it's probably 9 by 12, 10 by 12. It's quite large. I ordered it from Jocelyn, Maine. I can link that down below as well. So it was super affordable. I really like it. It's not very thick. and it's definitely lighter, so if you're afraid of like stains, I don't know if that would be ideal, but it's more of a distressed rug, which means not every single one's going to be the same. But I've really been enjoying this like gray vibes that I have going on in my room. It's just a light, good, welcoming atmosphere, and I really love that. But this rug has been one of my favorite new additions. I'm really liking it so far, although I've already dropped some bronzer on. Let's talk food. So I don't have it in front of me because I need to make some more. I had some this morning that I posted on my Instagram, but I have been obsessed with this juice combo for the month. Originally, the recipe came from one of the Madeline Shaw cookbooks, but it is a turmeric, carrot, orange, ginger combo. I think that's it. It's super simple, but it's honestly just been one of my favorite like morning juices. I've been really trying to get back into having a little bit more juice in my life. I don't want a ton, I don't want to spike my blood sugar constantly, but I do like to have it occasionally. So this combo has been my fave. I love it. It's to the point where that's like, okay, you can see now we have a visitor. Are you gonna cooperate? Maybe. You can hear him panting. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Stop. Stop. Okay. We're filming. We have things to tell people. Are you going to be a cooperative member of this group? Okay, I'm going to try to film, and if I cut out again, well, we're going to blame the dog. So I have two food things. Hey. I tried. Alright guys, so I have two food things that are on the list for the month, and one is in the Tupperware container right now. I only have one left. If you read the blog as well, you would have seen that I posted a recipe for these protein balls right here. So I will link that down below. I've really been loving these guys. They've been kind of my go-to fave. It's gonna pop real quick. I've been trying to tweak them a little bit because ideally I would love to be able to add like a grains powder with it, but unfortunately I just haven't been able to make that work with what I have. So once I kind of figure that out, I will let you know. But I've also been using a new protein powder with them. I haven't tried this in my other smoothies yet, and I definitely am planning on doing it. And it is the Primal Kitchen Collagen Fuel Vanilla Coconut. So I have tested a couple of different protein powders. All of them are dairy free, all of them are soy free, but I know that some people don't necessarily want pea protein, and I have gone through phases where I do have it and I don't have it. I kind of want to have a phase where I don't have it as much, so I got this because I like that it gives the extra like collagen boost in the protein balls, and I really love the flavor of it. But I think that for now I might switch a little bit more to this. So it is vanilla flavored, it's got coconut in it. Again, if you are not a coconut person, I'm sorry, a lot of my recipes right now are heavily coconut based because I kind of love them a lot, but this has been like my go-to protein lately, and I've really been loving that. That I have sitting next to me is kind of my current baby. The camera that I'm filming on right now, I invested in a year ago, and that has been my go-to camera for traveling, for vlogging. I film all of my videos on this particular camera. I love my Canon. It's so great. And I had a basic kind of, you know, the Nikon sets that you can get on like a good deal on Black Friday. I was getting to the point where I was just really frustrated with it. It wasn't taking the pictures that I want. I knew I needed to upgrade. I was just not happy with it. I wasn't getting, I might have been able to invest in some other lenses, but I knew I wanted to upgrade, but I wasn't in a place where I wanted to do like a big Canon 5D. Like I didn't want to go that far with it. So I started Googling, I read a lot of reviews, and the one I ended up coming to was the Fujifilm X-T2. So I invested in this guy. Right now I have a lens on it that is the, let's see, I have a 35mm lens on it right now. But I also did get the 18 to 55mm lens. I haven't used it as much. I have it because I wanted to make sure I had that. I tend to zoom, like my normal style of photo taking is zooming, so I wanted to have that as an option just for traveling, but this kind of stays in my purse most of the time, and this lens is a lot smaller, so this works for me. But all of my Instagram photos have pretty much been taken with this lately. I've been really kind of getting into it, learning how to use it. It's definitely a bit pricier. It's between the G7X, which I did take photos on, but I felt like because there's no lens finder in it, I wasn't able to really get the picture of what I was seeing. So I would take photos and then go to edit them later and not like everything because I was staring at a tiny screen to try to find it. So I broke down and invested in that. I've really been enjoying it. So if you're looking at investing a little bit more in a camera, obviously if you're just getting started, that's definitely not something you have to do. You can work with what you have. I just knew that it was time to upgrade, and I've been using everything that I've had for the last several years, and so this was kind of the next step for me. So yeah, I love it. I will link everything down below. If you guys have more questions about it, just let me know. Beauty, I have a couple of things next to me. You would have already seen probably the what I bought and like recently haul. That video should have gone up Friday, and this is going up on a Sunday. So some of these are in that or are recent to it. The first thing that I got in the last month or so, I actually didn't put any of this particular thing in that video, is I ordered the Cult Beauty and Lydia Elise Millen box. So this is just the pamphlet from it. I have really been enjoying this box. It came with quite a few skincare items, by Terry CC Serum, the Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Night Oil, Andili CoQ10 Toner, Alpha H Liquid Gold. So there's quite a few things in here. The Tata Harper Illuminating Moisturizer I've been enjoying. I'm going to kind of do an updated skincare routine with you guys at some point during this month, but quite a few of the products I'm using from this box. The nice thing about this purchase is that it was such a great value for money, which was the biggest reason that I did it. There were a few products that I've been wanting to try for a while, and honestly, by the time you purchase the box, it was like 50% of what you would have paid if you purchased all of those products individually. Buying 2 of them alone is pretty much the cost of what the box was, and there was at least 6 items in the box. So I've really been enjoying it. I love when Cult Beauty does these box like combos, and if you don't know what Cult Beauty is, it is kind of like a Birchbox but in England, like, or at least that kind of brand. Okay, so a few more beauty products that I have been loving and trying recently is the RMS Uncover Up. I got the shade 00. It is super light. From what I understand from other people, they've mentioned that it kind of reminds them of the Glossier, I don't remember what their concealer is called, but it's in my Green Beauty stash. I believe that the post on like my current Green Beauty collection is going up today as well, so you will have seen this in there. I've been using it under my eyes, along with, I've been still loving, I mentioned this recently, but the Coola primer. This is really my favorite. I'm so impressed with it. I love it in general, but I'm also so impressed that it's Green Beauty. That's been my biggest fear in like transitioning everything over, is finding products that are actually like good quality and make me want to use them, and this has been a favorite of mine. I will definitely be repurchasing this when it runs out. Something that I got from the Sephora sale that you would have seen is the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. I've been spraying this every morning before I put my makeup on. I love the way this smells. I love how this mists on my face. This has just been an absolute favorite of mine. I do want to try the Lila B version of this. They were out of stock on Sephora when I went to buy that with the Sephora sale, but I have really been loving this. It's so nice if you find you have more dehydrated skin. I love just kind of misting it on my face throughout the day to help keep that moisture in there, but it doesn't ruin my makeup or mess anything up. And then the last makeup bit that I've been using and loving is a Lancome matte shaker, the Kiss Me Cherie. We all know I am a red lip rocker. I did a makeup clean out that will be coming to Everyday May for you guys soon, and I was just literally like arm covered in red swatches so that I could compare and contrast, because I have a lot of different reds but in different formulas, and there are a few I need to replace, but this is one of my favorites because it goes on a little bit more sheer and you can kind of build it up. And the last section of stuff is all the things that I cannot physically show you. So On the list is Spotify. I cleaned up all of my Spotify playlists. I had a couple of different running ones and I combined that into one. I just had a bunch of stuff around, but I cleaned up like my page. So my Spotify link is always in the description box if you want to click down below, and you can kind of see anything that I'm listening to there. I have one for unwinding. I have one that if you're just wanting to spend some time in worship, that one's there. I have one for my running playlist, and I'm always adding stuff to that. I will, you know, listen to my designated playlist if I'm doing something specific, but then I really use my like Discover Weekly on Spotify or my daily mixes to kind of flow into those. Or I am notorious for adding stuff from like TV shows, and when I hear stuff around me, I will Shazam it and find it and pop it in a playlist. So they're constantly growing, constantly changing, but I've been really loving Spotify. I've also really been loving, and these kind of go together, I've been trying to create a new morning routine for myself. I just felt like every day was really inconsistent for me recently, and I just kind of wanted to set the tone to start my day in that way to get myself in the mindset in the best way possible. So one of the things that I really struggled with and living with my parents again, and you know, I lived on my own for several years, and the reason that I live here is because I'm helping take care of them, and I'm happy to do that. But I think sometimes when you live by yourself and you move back in with a bunch of other people, it can be a change, and everybody's routine in the house is different than mine. But one of the things that I do best with, and especially if I get up early on a Sunday morning to play keys, I have amount of time in the morning where I don't have to speak and it's very quiet. So it's really difficult for me to do that unless I want to get up insanely early, because my stepfather likes to get up at like 5:30 or 6 a.m. So I would have to get up very, very early every day. So the thing that's really been changing for me is I've been going on a walk in the morning. So instead of speaking, I just pop my headphones in and go out the door and spend the first 30 minutes of my day just kind of in that silence and giving myself that headspace, recentering myself and giving me the opportunity to just be still, be quiet, kind of take things in, not have to speak or kind of process conversation. Like I know that I do really good when I have that just quiet space in the morning. And as much as I would love to simply start and have like, you know, a quiet time in my room every day, I do like to do that. But as soon as I go out into the kitchen or into other parts of the house, when people start talking to me or having conversation, it kind of breaks me out of that. Like I can't just be. So I find it best to just kind of head out first thing in the morning and go for my little walk. And along with that, so I've been using my Spotify playlist, but I've also been going through some podcasts, and one of my new favorite ones is The Health Code. If you guys follow Sarah's Day on YouTube, I'm sure a lot of you do. She's fabulous. I love her. She and her boyfriend Kurt have started the Health Code podcast. It's always hysterical. They change it up every week. They just have good, happy, vibrant personalities, and so I always love listening to them when their podcast is up. I was literally walking down the road the other day laughing at what they were saying, and you know, you have wireless headphones in and people don't always see those, and there were some people walking next to me and they were just kind of looking at me like, okay, like you're crazy. It's like, you know, whatever. I'm happy. I'm listening to my little podcast here and I'm doing my morning walk. So I've really been enjoying that. And then there are a couple of TV shows that I have been catching up on, or new, or just came back up on, is DC Legends of Tomorrow. The last several episodes, CW did a weird thing with their scheduling. So many new shows that they kind of popped DC in, or Legends of Tomorrow in, and then pushed Supergirl back. So Supergirl is back on the air, which is great because it'll be running towards June a little bit more. But I kind of neglected watching Legends of Tomorrow. And last week when I was having a cleaning day and I just needed a day to kind of chill out, I decided to go ahead and watch the final few episodes, which are on Netflix, and I forgot how just genuinely funny that show is. So Legends of Tomorrow has been great. Westworld came back last week, so I have a new episode from last night to watch. I haven't watched it yet. I always spend a good chunk of Westworld being very confused. And I won't spoil anything if you haven't seen the first season, but the way they tell stories, it's hard to differentiate time, so you don't know you don't, some character you may be seeing them in a younger form and not realize that. And they've definitely set it up this season where there's like kind of like a 2 timeline thing going on. And so I know that like I will have better answers as I go along, but right now I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, but it's really good. So Westworld, if you haven't checked that out, they are 2 episodes into the 2nd season. And then new in TV is Krypton. I'm a huge Superman fan. I've always really enjoyed Superman. So I've watched pretty much all of the different shows over the years. I was a big Smallville fan, and now Krypton is on Sci-Fi, and it's so beautifully done. The sets are fantastic. The acting's been really great. The storyline is, you know, it's very different to what I'm used to because I'm used to Superman, but this is a time before him. But everything's been really great. I've been really enjoying that, and I think they've done a great job. And then the last favorite, I won't spoil this because when I put this video out, it will have only been out for a week, but the new Avengers movie was fantastic. I cannot wait for the next one. That, if you don't know that it's a 2-part movie, because a lot of people don't, but apparently it was pretty public knowledge, it's a 2-part movie, so go in with that knowledge. But it was just so good. They told it so well. Everything was brilliant. Spider-Man was so funny. Love his character. Everybody was just great. I feel like a lot of people that I hadn't really had as much like love for in some of the past films, or hadn't gotten to know as well, really were the characters that pulled forefront and center for me this time. So I've already seen it twice. I would go again. I just kind of really want to watch that movie over and over and over again. If you haven't seen Infinity War, go see it. I highly, highly, highly recommend it, and so does everybody I've talked to. But yeah, I think that is it for my everyday April favorites. That's a lot of words. I apologize that I know that I'm gonna have to cut this video all to pieces to make it work because Bear is very talkative today, but I hope nevertheless that you did enjoy it, and be sure to go check out the blog post that is new today on the blog. So I will probably be updating my Instagram stories as I'm gone this weekend. I'm trying to balance like Instagram stories and vlogging, and hopefully I will get this camera situation fixed so that I can have a little bit more every day. I know there are going to be some very chill days where you're probably going to just sit down and have a chat with me, and if you have any video requests, if there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I definitely want to do a health chat update with you guys, and a conversation in general about birth control and hormones and all of that. That is coming. But if there's anything specific that you want to know about or want me to do, let me know in the comments below. So I love you guys. You matter to me. I'm so glad that you're here, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.